Hey, this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
Last time on Roll with Advantage.
Kenyon's not the smartest stealth man.
Yep.
And I basically scream out, T-Raw! And then charge down the stairs, not even weapon drawn.
Yeah, so I put up a wall of flame.
Oh, shit. You see out one of the windows, there are flames licking up the side of the building. Kenyon, you hear this voice start to take over your mind.
I see my master scale down the building. I must heed my master.
So, Minette, the roof starts to collapse as the burning beams above give way, and your quick thinking, you just like burst through the window right next to you, and you shoot out, and you see Keo like jump off the porch as the porch starts to collapse downward. Bon, darkness consumes you as the house collapses on you. So let's pick up with Bon. Bon, make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
10.
Bon, blackness overcomes you as one of the cross beams in the house swings down and hits you on the back of the head. Everybody has dodged out of the house at this point, as Bon was left as the last person, not making his dex save from last time, and the house collapses in around you.
I would like to use control flames to make a pathway through the flames and try and get Bon out.
Okay. You take 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Good thing it wasn't a brick
House.
That would have hurt more.
So my control flames.
Yep.
It's a cantrip, but I can each round I can explain I can affect a 5-foot cube of flames at a time, and I can extinguish them.
Yep.
So I'm going to try and use my magical powers to get into the rubble, extinguishing flames as I go.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll have some con saves to, not choke. I'm going to take a big deep breath before I start.
Okay. What is your con modifier? Like, how long can you hold your breath?
My con modifier is +1. So.
Okay. Does anybody know the rule right off?
That's 300 minutes.
Yeah, they give you 1 minute.
1 minute.
Is that okay? So, yeah. So you've got 10 rounds.
Yeah.
So you're putting out some of the flames as you go.
Yeah, because I'm smaller than a 5-foot cube.
Yeah.
So I can make a pathway through the flames.
Right.
Extinguishing them as I go into the rubble to try and find Bon.
Okay.
I'm pretty small and I'm pretty strong for.
Yeah.
So,
Because you got the gauntlet. So you're like. I want to imagine kind of like ferreting around all this rubble with just like your small self. You're moving through like these downed pillars and stuff like that. And everybody outside, Bon and or not Bon, Minette and Tin, you're starting to hear guards' whistles. And you are seeing people starting to come down the 4 roads that are converging on this section. Keo, you're able to make it to Bon. So what do you guys do at that point? We're kind of acting at the same point at this.
So I'm trying to remember, all the vampires and wolves that were circling us have disappeared.
The wolves disappeared into the fog. Like they just like apparated into the fog and went away.
Mm-hmm.
The vampires were killed by the sun. It looked a lot like
that's what it was, yep.
Because Lathander struck them down, like actually struck them down. So it looked a lot like one of your spells.
Kenyon, are you all right? Everything's fine.
Taka looks at you as you say that and is like, "What are you doing? What are you doing with that ring? Please tell me."
I'm talking with the order.
You are fine. You are alone, and they don't like me. You can't tell them that I'm here hiding on the ship.
I'm fine, guys. I'm just back on the ship.
And Taka books it after that, and he's like scrambling around trying to find his way on the ship to hide into something.
So this is where I put the DM on the spot. But,
Yes.
I'm reading minds. So am I picking, like, is Kinian picking up anything from T? Like, is he being rude in his mind at Kinian?
No, actually, he is in survival mode at this point, and I think it might be something that on some level you might actually pity. He seems to be afraid for his life, angry at Elfreda, and concerned for his situation. A lot of introspective, like, what's gonna happen to me kind of thoughts. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I just remembered about us being told that our crew is tied up at the docks. I'm going to, well, I guess shout so that Kenyon can hear me, so that Keo can hear me as well. But just tell everyone that's still conscious at the house, hey guys, we need to start searching the docks to see if our crew is actually tied up. I'm going to teleport back to the ship, and I'm going to start searching west from the ship at the docks looking for our crew. So that presumably Manette and or Kinian on the ring and or others would look east.
Yeah, so you teleport back to the ship, and I think there's Kinian just kind of standing there.
Looking sick
Yeah.
because I'm poisoned.
Yep.
Do I get any conscious saves?
No.
Just
You're
remain.
unconscious.
It's okay. I have a way to bring it back.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Manette, is there anything you're
waiting
doing?
to see what happens with Keo running into the building.
Okay. So Keo, I need a athletics check for me, please.
Really? I just got to Bond.
Yes.
Now, can I describe what I want to do before we make checks?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So I want to pull out of my pouch. I still have some of that salted herring.
Okay.
And at this point, it's starting to go bad. So it's like
Use it or lose it.
it's very ammonia-y. It needs to be rinsed before being used. But I'm going to take out one of these ammonia fish and I think smelling salts.
Yeah. Okay.
And I shove it in Bond's nose.
And he
To wake him
dies.
To wake him up.
And he takes 2d10 poison damage.
Okay. 1 second.
Oh, shit,
actually,
he's
yeah.
rolling
You
it.
roll. You roll.
Okay.
Yep.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no. I rolled a 2. I have a note here that says inspiration.
That's great
Yeah.
Okay.
medicine.
Yeah, you
Use
do.
that?
You have inspiration.
Yeah. I had one. I didn't remember if I used it or not.
Yeah. This is definitely a medicine check.
All right. So medicine. So, I get to add 0. 13.
13. Bon, you wake up.
And I bamf back to the ship.
With a key.
No.
Nope.
He
No?
bounced back to the ship. That's okay.
Yeah. Aw.
Building just fell on me.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
He doesn't, he
probably
doesn't
like
know what's
Keo,
happening.
you're just big tear.
So you have this, ammonia fish in your nose.
Smell like my breastplate.
Gas leak!
I'm gonna try and crawl back out.
Okay.
But-
Yeah, you're able to find your way back
If
out.
I need to, I will misty step my way out, but I'm gonna try and crawl out since I am part dragon and I have resistance to fire. I seem to remember turning that on. The sorcery point for that,
Yeah.
and yeah,
We'll say yes.
So
Okay.
I
When you
have the ability to get out of there at will, but I'm gonna try and climb out, and I'm putting out as much fire as I can this whole time.
when you get out, you see Manette standing there.
And I find out I'm a black kobold.
Yeah. and you see people running down these streets. What do you?
I'm going to make a perception check.
Okay.
I am looking to see if I can see any vampire ash
Ah. Okay.
at a 10.
At a 10.
Yeah.
You see a little bit, but it's all just kind of blowing away.
I'm going to attempt to get some in like a piece of paper.
Okay,
as
dex.
evidence.
That's gonna be a dex.
Like acrobatics or just dex?
It's probably just like your speed, so it'd be almost like an initiative.
Okay, 14.
14.
It's the same.
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not trained in
Yeah.
it.
So you're able to get some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
You just want a pile of ash.
And then I fold it into a little envelope and write proof on it.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
I fly over on the broom, grab Keo, and teleport back to the ship.
Okay.
And like instantly, just in the same motion, still just kind of flying up out of the ship
Okay.
to start looking around the docks.
And I
Ooh,
say
okay.
to Minette,
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah, that's good.
Minette,
room.
I didn't put the warning. We needed to cordon off the area.
I drop Keo on the ship.
And you're starting
Hey,
to like.
that's my broom.
Grand Theft Broom.
You're quick scanning like the docks here, and there's nobody tied up underneath these docks. You can give me a perception check if you'd like to like really inspect this area.
20. No, hang on. Yeah, 23.
23. You are very certain nobody is in this, like under these docks, tied up or anything like that.
I am not seeing anybody tied up to these docks.
So I still have my wings of flying active because it's definitely not been an hour yet. So I fly up into the air, probably like 200-300 feet. Because looking at the map, the dock ward is ginormous.
It's huge.
Using my prior knowledge of the city,
Mm-hmm.
would I be aware of a part of the docks that is less crowded? Like a more secluded type?
Like where they keep the garbage scows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or where the mobsters tie up dead bodies to
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, to cement blocks
Yeah.
and toss them off. Yeah.
Because my thought is to fly towards that area and at the same time be using my perception. If there's a lot of activity in certain parts of the docks, I'm not even going to bother looking there because people would have probably noticed.
Seen them and probably helped the random
Yeah.
people.
So I'm looking for places that are remote and pretty quiet.
Yeah, to the west, near where the bay touches Mount Waterdeep, is going to be the less trafficked area, as
like
that's where like the Armada and stuff like that is held. You think that like if you're really looking for the most skullduggerous area, it's going to be somewhere on that west side, either on the west side of the mountain, just outside of Waterdeep, or just on the west side of the dock ward.
How long would it take for a crew to navigate a ship from the harbor to that location?
To the outside part,
Yeah.
it probably, I'd say going through the gates, like the inspections and stuff like that, and with your background being able to expedite that, probably 2 hours, depending on the winds. And right now, you think they're pretty favorable.
You also don't have a crew.
Yet.
You guys are awfully strong.
So
The boat
everyone's
only requires 5 people, by the way, to ship it. You guys have the crew because you don't want to be the one shipping.
Because we can afford a crew.
That's right.
So everyone's taken off. You took it off in a broom. It's just me and Keo on the boat
And me.
and Bon.
And,
Yep.
and supper.
I walk up to you, Kenyon. I'm like, Kenyon, dude, why'd you jump out that window and then bamf back to the ship?
The fight was over.
No, it wasn't. You were chasing one of the bad guys.
Oh, I must have blacked out.
Then how'd you get back to the ship?
I reached down to Bon and I push his ring, and you teleport back to the ship.
like 4 foot over.
Like, boop.
I'm like, whoa, Kenny, did you just jump away?
But
You're really quick,
Did
man.
the whole world just jump like 4 feet to
You're
the
like-
left?
You're like really quick.
I must have hit it by accident then.
I don't know. Vaughn, you blacked out and you teleported back to the ship.
Yeah, but I was inside. He jumped out a window.
Now I'm gonna check the garlic around Supper's neck, make sure that it's all there, and
Okay. yeah, it's there.
Keo, while this all is going on, is beginning to prepare his ritual to breathe water, just in case they're underwater. He can't do too much right now, but
Based off of what Tin said, I have no idea where they are. Just that they were tied up.
Yeah. Yep. And nobody actually knows where they're at. She made a offhanded comment about it.
And it might not even actually be a thing, but
Yeah, it could have been a red herring. It could be.
if only I had my broom, I could get my students on this.
So what were you trying to chase down then, Kenyon?
I was just checking my possibilities as a player, but Kinian, due to the not knowing where the crew is, presents his ancestral axe and activates 8 Kinians, ghostly Kinians appear
Oh,
on the deck of the ship.
okay.
And I bark orders to the crew. Kinian, first mate Kinian, fill in Captain Kinian. Let's push off. And I go up and I ring the bell twice. Clang, clang.
And Keo says, "Aye, aye, sir."
And I send 3 Kinians off. One to the west, one or northwest, one to the west, and one to the southeast. And I tell them, find the crew. Just disperse the ghosts off.
Okay.
Because they can look underwater, they can look everywhere, baby.
Mm-hmm. How long do you want to wait before?
The ship's already moving west.
Okay. Okay.
So I've
to
got
leave port or
Zero
to
wait.
head towards?
to leave port.
Okay.
We're breaking the law, baby. We're
Okay.
not supposed to leave the city, but we're headed west
Okay.
with a ghost crew piloting currently.
Nice.
I'm gonna stoke the balloon too to help speed us along.
So we haven't actually gotten too much into that. I like that. When you want more heat, you open up like a flue to allow more air in. As what you guys have figured out is that this furnace is a magically trapped air fire elemental inside of it, as there was a magically trapped air elemental doing the propeller previously. So you go over and you open up the flue and you take some of the weight off of the ship, or are you trying to like get it airborne and just get it over the walls?
Just trying to get some weight off so it goes faster through the water.
Nice. Okay. So am I assuming then everybody's on the ship?
Except for those flying.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
But my thought process is she gave some vagaries.
Mm-hmm.
I sent out 3 scouts, and I'm going to where Kinian would think criminals would basically do something like this.
I think so. Kinian. So I think Kinian realizes that this is a criminal outside the norm of criminals. Like, this is a mastermind, a very dark type, right? Because it's vampires and stuff like that. And Kinian's heard a lot of rumors and stories about a place called Skullport. This is a underground city that those in Waterdeep, those who lived in Waterdeep would have heard of as a true rumor. So people know Skullport exists, but they don't know where it's at, who interacts with it, and is it still active. there's a lot of rumors that roll around about who lives down there. Child rumors of it's nothing but mind flares, or it's packed with
Owlbears.
with owlbears. Yeah, it's packed with rogues and the super elite of evil people. I think that's where Kinian's mind would go for this type of villain.
I consult with my ancestors
Okay.
and ask them,
Ooh.
do you know the cardinal direction that will lead us to Skullport?
Is this using augury or
This is
something like
me just discussing it with
conferring with them?
with my ancestors, speaking to the axe, through the axe to all of them as my kind of like communication device.
Yep. So you have this connection with this ghostly presence that went westward. There are some caves that it has discovered on the South Sea. You know these to be called the South Sea Caves. They are kind of a treacherous area, and every captain knows to stay away from that area, as it is notoriously difficult to navigate because there are submerged stalagmites in the area that like to scrape the bottom of ships if you are not a wise captain.
Well, I've proven my skills as a captain of this ship, right? I'm great at steering this ship.
Yeah,
You've never seen me steer the ship in water.
right.
Has Bon overheard that
What's that?
about this area?
No. Unless Kenny wants to share it.
I crank the wheel and start heading west, and I tell the group that westbound Kinian has let us know that there's some suspicious caves to this direction.
All right, westbound Kinian, sir.
And how many minutes have passed at this point?
More than 10.
Okay, so myself and Supper and Kinian and Bon and any other allies up to 10 that I can see on deck can breathe water.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I think the entire party would be able to breathe water at this point, whether
Oh,
they're
did they
doing.
come back then? Or?
Yeah, so how I'm kind of imagining it. Think like in a search party kind of situation, you still regroup after a while, right? You check in and make sure knowledge is transferred and stuff like that.
I start barking orders
Okay.
to Bon and Kyo. I'm going full on captain mode at this point.
Yeah.
And you've never seen basically this level of coordination from Kinian before, who is proficient in water vehicles.
It's almost
Yes.
as if you were
So-
sober or something.
So imagine like a kid trying to ride a bike. That's what Kinian in the air is like. Now that the ship is on water, it is like a stunt rider at this point. Like someone who's super confident in their abilities, someone who knows the ship thoroughly and like just really understands the environment. That's what you're seeing right now.
All right. Well, I ride Supper up to the foretop.
Okay.
And we take our positions at the scouting and
At the
combat.
Gatling gun.
at the crank.
Okay. So you guys go through the gate. Kinian's able to line the pockets of the guards who are guarding, assuring them your guys' return. Kinian, it's the standard costs of 2 gold pieces each, so 4 gold pieces. And you know that you have 12 hours before they have to report it.
He probably just tosses him a bag as he goes by.
Yep. It's like, whoom.
Like a badass.
And tips his cap.
You make your way over to the South Sea Caves.
How long has it been? Because the crew is about to disappear.
Yeah. By the time you start seeing the South Sea Caves, it's been about an hour.
Uh-oh. Well, I would have refreshed the
Okay.
water
Yeah.
breathing.
Yep.
So my ancestors kind of disappear from the positions from crewing the ship. And at this point, I imagine Tin has returned to the ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my wings of flying. would-
Athletics, I am sliding down a rope.
Beep, 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 beep,
Can I look
beep.
really cool doing it?
Nice.
That's an athletics of 24.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I'm just like one hand, one hand.
Yep.
Holding on to supper. You know, come
You
on
even
down.
land with like a little pose, like
And then we get to like pulling on various ropes and that. And hopefully somebody tells us what we need to do, because otherwise.
I'm basically barking orders nonstop as we make the approach.
I need Kinian to make a roll for me.
Navigation.
Yeah, it's gonna be a navigation roll.
So straight roll plus proficiency.
Yep.
10.
So luckily with Bond's thinking of lightening the ship starts to run aground on one of these stalagmites, and you don't think it's going to be enough damage to sink the ship by any means, but you think that the bottom hold is going to be fairly damp at this point. It will need to be repaired, but it's not anything that needs to be repaired now. I need another navigation check.
13.
13. You still continue to scrape. You think you've got it right, and it must have just been where the shadow was in the water from the mast. You missed it, and there's another scrape on the right side of the ship now. You think that if you take something like that again, you're going to have to abandon and lift off.
Start shooting air into the balloon elementally. This guy is just as bad in the sea as in the air.
But now what you see though is three caves in front of you. You're not quite sure which cave leads where.
3 cave openings.
Yeah. So think like on the side of this cliff, there's multiple like small caves, but dotted on the side of this cliff are three like large enough caves to support maybe a ship going through.
Does a 24 perception tell me anything? Like, would one of them maybe sound a little louder due to waves, or?
Faint screams.
Faint screams, yeah. With 24 perception, you can just barely make out a piece of wood that is floating outward from one of these caves. The wood itself doesn't seem to mean anything, but the fact that
It
it's
shows that there was a
pushing outward,
presence inside.
yeah. It's more like there's a flow outwards, like a river is meeting the sea instead of the sea is meeting land. Does that make sense? So, if anything, the center one has water flowing towards the sea. So that leads potentially somewhere.
Hey guys, I think we should go down the middle one. Check it out.
I spin the wheel wildly and head that direction.
Okay.
Point us that direction.
Another navigation check.
Another navigation fail.
Yeah.
I assist him by pumping air into the balloon.
I think I can
Okay, yeah,
cast
no.
Bless before or
Guidance.
after, or
Yeah,
I mean guidance
guidance.
before or
So
after
let's-
roll.
Yeah, so I do want to
So-
say Bond did say he's putting air into the balloon, and I'll say that'll give you advantage on that, and then I will also allow her to bless.
It'd be guidance, and it's just a cantrip. So she's just like, quit fucking up, and
Yeah.
touches my back.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
I still got a 1.
It's not good.
Isn't that
13.
13? All right. So so you guys run aground again, and this time the submerged stalagmite cuts so far deep into the ship that the ship actually stops moving forward. Everybody make a dex save really quick.
15.
14.
Oh.
12.
It's a save. Keo makes a 22.
You guys slam to a halt. Bon and Kinian, you fall off into the water. Hey everyone, I'm DM Alan. Welcome back. This is Roll with Advantage Season 2, Episode 27. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a ton of fun making this show, and it's because of you guys in our community that really pushes us to keep editing, keep pushing the story forward, and having a ton of fun with this. So thank you. Thanks also for going out there and sharing us on social media. That's the best way for us to grow the podcast, grow the community. And if you guys can keep doing that, on Twitter, we're at DM's Table, and on Facebook, we're at The DM's Table. So if you can tell everybody you know about us, anybody who's interested in D&D or RPGs and stuff like that, have them go ahead and check us out. We want to say thank you to our sponsor for this week. Our sponsor is Audible.com. Audible is an amazing audiobook platform that has over 180,000 books to choose from on your iPhone, Android, or Kindle, even your MP3 player. Our listeners get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial if you go to www.audibletrial.com/RWA. Go try it out now and help support the show by signing up. Here's AJ, voice of Manette, to tell you about this week's book recommendation.
This week, I'm going to recommend Off to Be the Wizard by Scott Mayer and read by Luke Daniels. It's a hilarious comedy that mixes magic and technology and especially appeals to programmers like myself. I definitely recommend putting this one at the top of your list as Book 6 is coming out in June.
We also want to say a big thanks to Incompetech.com. Incompetech.com is an amazing, amazing platform that provides background music, thematic music of the like. It's absolutely amazing, and we've been using them for forever. Go check them out. Here's a quick sample of what you can expect to hear. All right, thanks for joining us. We're going to get on with the show, and I'll see you out on the internet. Bye.
It's okay, you can breathe it.
Kinian's armor gets cleaned finally.
No!
I'm gonna boil that because salt water's not good for it.
I need you guys to tread water. Give me a, let's do athletics.
13.
15.
Okay, so you guys are keeping afloat as you're like you're treading right next to the ship, and you both feel something pass through your legs.
Without knowing that, I have run over to the edge and thrown down a
rope.
rope ladder type thing.
Okay.
I'd like to cast light on myself, so in hopes of seeing what passed through my light.
Okay. So here's what happens. So, Tin, when you throw the rope ladder over the side, you see a burst of light. And Manette, you can see this too from your vantage point. You see a burst of light, and between Kinian and Bon, there are 4 sharks circling. That's when we need to roll initiative, please.
Hey guys, you might want to teleport back onto the ship.
I'm going at 20.
I'll stay
That'd
at
be
the end of
terrible.
initiative like I almost always am.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
at 20.
does a 4 beat you?
Yeah, no, it
No?
doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Okay.
I rolled,
I'm at
I
10.
got 7.
15.
All right. Keo.
I dump out silverware onto the deck and I animate them.
Okay.
And so that's at 5th level, and mentally command them. Let's see, 10. I have 10 tiny forks and knives because they seem to be the most useful against sharks.
Okay.
I yell, "Sharks!" And then I command them. I command them to attack the sharks. They act at 21, so they'll actually
They will
be,
go next turn.
So that's where rolling too well hurts you.
Okay. Next is Bon.
I say, with the light of the avowed, versus the staff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I take it off my back, because that's where it was.
Yeah.
And I go, boosh. I'm like, I wonder if this works in water. And I jab down at a shark. One's a crit miss, the other one's 24.
So you hit with the first attack, or the second attack. Unfortunately, the flames seem to be doused by the water.
Sad.
When making a melee weapon attack,
Mhm.
if you don't have a swimming speed, you have disadvantage on the attack roll unless it's a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident.
Yeah, piercing.
And then ranged weapons automatically miss beyond the weapon's normal range. Even within normal range,
Minette can still shoot a mile.
even within normal range, they have disadvantage unless it's a crossbow or weapon that is thrown like a javelin.
Okay.
So I don't know if ammunition would count as that.
No.
No, okay.
Knives count as daggers and forks count as tridents, right?
Yes. So yeah, roll disadvantage for your one
All right.
one attack.
First one misses. Second one's a 12.
A 12. 12 is actually going to miss, unfortunately. So, Kinian, actually, did you want to make any motion towards the boat?
Yeah, I'll start kicking that way.
Okay. When you do, the two sharks that are circling you, imagine like the four sharks, two are circling each, and they're doing like a figure 8 type situation here.
All right. There's two sharks around me.
Yep. And
One of them is distracted by me attacking and cannot attack.
okay. That is going to be a let's see, 17. 17 hit.
Does not.
Okay. It swims up at you and like chomps at you, but just barely misses.
Jeez, these sharks are mad.
They seem awfully intent on killing you, which is interesting, kind of like a frenzy almost. Kinian.
Even though I have the ability to breathe water, I instinctively like take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And pull myself under the water.
Okay.
About 5 feet, which blows 10 feet of movement. And draw my axe and try to swing and kick up with my feet and swing up and hit the belly of one of the sharks that is circling me. Just kind of like push myself at it and swing.
Okay.
With a raging intent as red light appears from underneath the flames. And I will be performing this at disadvantage because it's a slashing weapon.
Okay. Wasn't sure if you were going to go reckless or not.
But I will be reckless attacking a shark. Just counters it. It's a straight one die.
Okay. Just making sure.
Just a freaking light show.
Does
at this
17
point.
hit?
17 hits.
Minimum. 24.
24 damage?
Get out.
This guy.
I know.
Minimum. More than I can do.
And your second swing.
17 again on the attack.
You're rolling bad today.
Yeah,
And this one's going to hit for 34 points of damage on this follow through.
Same shark?
Yeah.
Okay.
And is the shark still moving?
The shark is still moving. Yes.
You hear like an underwater like of Kinian swearing
Like
out
cursing?
loud.
Okay. Nice.
I'm gonna shoot at one of the sharks near Bon. Does a 12 hit?
12 is gonna miss. Yep. Reload. All right. 10.
Well, they're still in the water, but they can teleport out. The water's 25 feet deep, I'm assuming. At least.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Okay.
It's much deeper, but
I'm gonna use control water and cast whirlpool.
Oh no!
I'm
Awesome.
I'm centering it
An old classic.
away from the ship, but so that the sharks can get pulled towards it.
Okay.
So yeah, vortex is 5 feet wide at the base, up to 50 feet wide at the top. Any creature within 25 feet gets pulled 10 feet towards it. They can swim away from the vortex by making a strength athletics check against my spell save DC. So
Okay.
Kenyon might actually be okay, depending on
I'll
how
be
you roll.
fine.
Yeah.
Or you could teleport.
Yeah.
No, but if he's stubborn, I mean. And then when a
So if he's
creature,
Kenyan.
yeah,
Yes.
when they enter the vortex or start their turn there, they have to make a strength saving throw or take damage.
Okay. When they enter.
Yes.
Okay.
Or start their turn in there. So
Okay. So they have entered currently.
Pretty sure as a reaction to the vortex opening behind them, you hear more from under the water.
So strength is going to be 20 and 10.
okay, 20 succeeds for half damage.
Okay.
And that one is
Oh, I'm sorry. And then a 21 and 15.
okay. So the 20 and 21 are not caught in the vortex.
Okay.
They take 6 damage. And the 15 and 10 take 13 damage, and it's bludgeoning.
All right.
And I'm getting drawn by this too, I imagine, as well as Bond.
Yeah.
I figured during, yeah,
2.
sorry.
That's all right.
I
So
save.
13 damage.
Yeah,
And
whatever.
just 6 damage for you, bludgeoning, however that actually ends up for you.
Yeah, and then halved and stuff. All right. So the sharks need to then make their save again, right? At the start of their turn.
Yeah,
Fail and fail. What? Where's your DC here? And then
18.
18. You got 3 fails and a success.
I rolled the same damage, so
Nice. All right.
13 and 6.
Yeah. So they're going to. I'm going to treat this a lot like. What do you call it? Rough terrain, because
Okay.
they do swim. So they spend their movement getting back to Kenyon and to Bon, and they continue attacking. Bon looks, you look the most bloodied out of the two, right?
It looks like I may have gotten scuffed up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, so here it goes. Let's see, 14,
Nope. Nimbly dodge out of the way.
16,
Still nimbly dodging. It's really more of a swirl action.
20,
That hits.
and another 20.
That also hits.
All right.
Chomp, 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 chomp,
All
chomp.
right, you take 24 points of damage, and 7 plus 6 is
13,
plus 8.
21.
That's the damage you take.
It looks like I got 2 giant shark bites in my side.
Like
Brouhaha.
giant shark
Ju-
bites.
I'm
Like
just
I
like-
want to lay this out. Like these are 30-foot long sharks.
What?
Yeah, these are
Oh.
giant sharks. Next is allies.
So the forks, they all jump into the water
Okay.
and head straight towards the the sharks, failing their saves. I don't know if they'd be able to get there or not, seeing as they're shooting right into it. I did roll
Give
the
me a
attacks
percentile,
before.
please.
Percentile?
Yes.
Okay.
How many of these forks and knives are there?
10.
10? Okay.
So you want me to just roll a d10 and then...
Well, give me a percentile first.
Okay. 17.
17. Okay. And then give me a d10.
7.
7. Okay, so 7 of them are capable of attacking. The
Okay.
rest are lost to the sea.
Okay. I pre-rolled my attacks and 7 of them hit.
Okay, perfect.
So
I like how that works.
Okay, so those
that's
are the
how
ones.
we'll work it.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
And so the first shark takes 8. Piercing or slashing or whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
The second shark takes 5 plus 8, 13.
Okay.
The third shark takes 12. And the fourth shark takes 12.
The third shark looks rough.
Yeah. And then these guys all take damage of the form of how much?
No,
Okay.
it was 13.
It was 13.
13? Okay. That's alright.
All
They're
right.
still around, actually.
Cool.
It is now Keo, your turn.
Kyo's worried about his silverware, but he doesn't see how he can save them.
My silverware.
I'll buy him new ones.
I am going to tie some rope to myself and to the railing
Okay.
because I don't have any ranged attacks that are really going to work, and I'm having a really bad idea time. So I don't know what you would want to do for not proficiency.
You
So-
just don't add proficiency.
So in this analogy, is the ship the fishing pole?
I'm gonna tie a rope around myself and
Yep.
tie onto the boat and jump in and try to shocking grasp them.
Okay.
But I don't want to get sucked into the whirlpool, so
Okay. Yeah. I like
That's
it.
smart.
I like it.
and hopefully I'm strong enough to pull myself out. But
Well, you got ogre gauntlets. You're invincible.
it's a really bad idea. But
You have allies on the ship.
Yeah.
Keo,
It's a Keo idea.
Well, Keo, his driving force is he really wants to help his friends and he wants to show off. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
so
Perfect opportunity.
I do my knots. Do I get to add dexterity or anything?
Yes.
My knots are average.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It'd
So-
be
so-
11.
Okay.
For
So you
quality of knot.
you tie. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figure it'll take me the whole round to do this, and
Yep.
hopefully somebody tells me not to do this.
Keo's putting on the
Not.
swimmer's cap and like shoving his non-existent hair up into it.
yeah. I'm folding over the brim on my
Your-
See, I'm
your
not
floppy
actually.
hat.
I'm wearing my actual floppy hat and not my
Okay.
magical floppy hat.
Okay.
Although they
Yeah.
both look the same, it's just like the color of the feathers different.
All right. Kinian.
How about you don't skip on?
Did all the
Oh yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Bon.
You're
Oh, good.
forgettable. That's what
Thanks.
you are.
He's just assuming that I'm already dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not far from.
Bon.
take,
Fish bait. Bon.
Fish bait. Ooh ha ha.
Mhm.
Yes.
I take some of the shark teeth out of my side,
Okay.
and I'm like, oh, that. And I cast light on him,
Okay.
and then I bamf back to the ship. So I want to keep the light going essentially in the water,
Oh. Okay.
but
okay.
I'm getting out of there.
And
'cause-
I see Bond disappear, and I go, no!
Keo, what you see is like the shark come by and like chomp where Bon was, and the light bursts into pieces, and
Yeah.
it's floating around the shark at this point.
And I fall down to my knees and start crying. You know, at this moment, Keo thinks that he's lost another friend, and I stamp the glass staff. You sharks will die today by the glass staff.
Kinian.
Did all these 30-foot shark get pulled away from me?
Yes.
All of them?
Yep.
Okay.
There was one that made it.
There was one that had succeeded.
Three failed their saves.
Yeah, I don't know that it wouldn't have continued into the
Oh,
thing.
with the
So there's
others.
a blood frenzy thing, and it basically says like you want to attack the most damaged character.
Oh.
Given that's the case,
Yep.
I will use my action to surface
Okay.
and dash, so 40 feet back to the ship.
Okay.
Essentially.
You can touch the ship.
All right.
You
then
touch the butt.
I'll touch the butt. Boop. I touch your boot.
Manette.
Do I see Keo doing what he's doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Keo, use the harpoon.
Keo's got tears just streaming down his snout.
And then I'm gonna shoot the closest shark.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 hits, yes.
27 points of damage.
Nice. Nice. 10.
I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt. 15 radiant damage. Next attack on that shark has advantage.
Nice.
And I'm going to use my bonus action for a Cure Wounds out of my Prayer Beads to Bon. 19 health to Bon.
Were you watching the water too when I bamfed out of there? Like, do you also
Probably
maybe think that
She
I just
did-
got eaten?
Well,
I-
you got to realize
I
I have a
think-
perception of 10.
Yeah, I think everybody else knows that you just bamfed out, but Keo's still kind of impractical, so
Kyo
And
isn't
dramatic.
quite as used to us having the rings because he doesn't have one and doesn't think about
Yeah.
the use of them.
Okay.
Yep.
And it ties into Kyo's fears.
Yeah. Yep. He's gonna go for the worst. So Tin, anything else you want to do?
No.
So let's see. All the sharks need to make their save.
They can choose to fail.
Oh.
Nat 1 and a 15.
Fails.
And then I have a 18.
Meets.
Okay. And a higher than 18.
So 11 and 5 damage.
Okay. Okay. They all choose to spend their action to swim out.
Okay.
And they are converging on Kinian at this point. So
No.
there is
Since they are willingly moving away from the forks and knives,
okay.
do the forks and knives get attacks of opportunity?
Yes, at disadvantage because nothing is wielding them but themselves in a vortex.
Miss.
Yes.
Miss. Ooh, that one hits.
Nice.
So one hit. We'll reuse those for, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna hit. 5 misses. 6 misses. 16 hits, right?
Yes.
So you got
So
3.
3 hits.
Nice. All on the same shark?
It'd be on 3 different sharks.
Okay.
And you pick which,
Yep.
because their command was to attack sharks.
Yep.
I didn't roll bad for that. One takes 8, one takes 7, one takes 6.
All right.
Battle of Attrition.
And since it's not their turn, they're still not dead yet. Yeah, these guys are hurt a little bit by the vortex, but oh well.
You can always buy new silverware.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, I have a giant bag of silverware, you know,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
He's always collecting it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I also took, like, that whole.
Liberating.
Yeah.
You know, it was like a giant set of silverware that I stole from that one place.
It
You
is
were
now
just
your
collecting it.
silverware turn. So
Okay.
how I'm gonna say this happens, by the way, Ben, is everything that has attacked and successfully hit, in that attack of opportunity is actually stuck in the sharks.
Oh.
So they come out of the whirlpool with the
3.
sharks. The rest are lost.
Well, yeah, the other 4 automatically miss their strength save and
Yep.
would take 2d8 damage, which I can roll.
Yep.
Which is.
I think Alan's
Yup,
just saying they're dead.
14 would destroy them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yep.
So
I'm trying to imagine
Yeah.
forks in a in a whirlpool. So
Well,
It happens all the time. Garbage
Cause-
disposal.
because I picked the small ones, they only
Oh,
have a
crap.
strength of 4, so they can't make an 18 athletics.
yeah.
It's impossible.
Yep. So so whatever's left inside those sharks can attack.
All right. Do they attack at advantage since they're already in contact?
You know what? Go for it, Pat.
Pat. Chandeliers.
Yeah.
Assuming Patrick Rothfuss.
Oh.
Actually, they all hit.
Oh, you didn't even have to
Yeah.
roll.
None of
They
them
were gonna
crit.
hit.
None of them crit. Okay, so take the same 3d4s. And it's 6, 6, and 7.
All right. Just shy.
And of course, it's going to be on the same ones that it was on before.
Yep.
So the 7's on the one that had 7 before.
The last one, the largest one, and the one that's been most damaged dies. The body goes limp and starts to slowly drift towards the vortex. Keo, it is now your turn.
I wipe some snot from my snout, and I go over to the I go over with a grim look to the ballista, and I man the harpoons, and I aim at the one that I think killed.
Okay.
I think killed Bon.
Okay.
And I go, "You killed Bon! Now prepare to die." And I fire, I don't know, is this a dexterity or a...
Yeah, it'd be dexterity. If you have crossbow proficiency, you can add your proficiency. Otherwise, it's just dexterity.
I have light crossbows.
No,
No.
not gonna do it. Nope, these are pretty heavy.
That's the only
they're
crossbow.
unwieldy for you.
Okay.
So yeah,
So I
just
fire
dex.
at a 7.
A 7?
I shoot straight to the heart of the whirlpool,
yeah.
right where I was aiming.
I got him.
I reload.
Feels cool, doesn't it?
I need to cast Mend on the sights, though.
Bon.
I wander upstairs.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like holding like these bite wounds. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, these-
shit. Oh shit, there's still a tooth in it.
It's like the size of your head.
I go over to the edge of the boat and I like take a tooth. I'm like, left something here.
All right. All
I
right.
can almost hear
That's
his
all I do.
voice.
I'm gonna heal myself. For
Okay.
max healing.
Nice.
Get a crit.
Kinian.
Do I see the shape? The shapes making it out of the...
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Like
as
like I want you to imagine like fins now, like jaws, like
coming straight at
yeah.
me. I'm going to...
Even though that's not how sharks attack, but
You see like a flicker, and my black skin starts glowing red again as I put my feet up on the side of the boat and push off using the whirlpool to draw me to the sharks.
okay.
To overcome my disadvantage of attacking with my great axe in the water.
I'll give you that. I'll
I'm
give
going
you
to
that.
use the momentum to
Yeah.
make a power attack recklessly at the closest shark.
Well,
Yeah,
I can
'cause
hit.
I mean,
and the
you're-
fins are out of the water, so
Yeah.
you're swinging above.
I mean, your disadvantage is from moving your swinging underwater. So
Yes.
as long as you're not swinging and you're just like moving your whole body with a sharp thing out, you're fine.
I'm going with the momentum, baby.
yeah, I like that.
That's how you give yourself advantage again.
Yeah,
Launch
Pat
yourself at a
Rothfuss number
whirlpool.
2.
18 hits.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's try this one. That's pretty good. 34 points of damage.
All right. That's 2 attacks, right?
And
No. Oh, just one.
I try to bury the blade. Ooh, no.
Ooh, shit.
12. Misses.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Manette. One that Kinian like just like zoomed by like a Kinian bullet. You see like guts start to spill out behind him as it like cuts into the shark.
Ooh.
It's still alive,
That's gross.
unfortunately.
Am I close enough to start taking damage from the whirlpool?
You will be.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna shoot the closest shark, whatever that happens
Yep.
to be.
Yep.
15.
15 hits.
I don't like disadvantage.
Yeah.
Disadvantage sucks.
Well, one of them is glowing.
Well, it's doubly worse because you got the whole refracting
Yeah.
effect.
Well, one of
so-
them's glowing.
Yeah, you would have normal.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you had that.
I wasn't necessarily going for the glowing one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can take the glowing one if you want, and that'll counteract it.
Oh,
It
still
doesn't matter.
hit.
You still hit. Yeah.
31 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice. Were you specifically avoiding the glowing one?
Whatever one was closest.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot the glowing one because
I shot at disadvantage.
Okay.
that's
So-
the one that ate Bond.
So the one that isn't glowing is also, or the one that Kinian attacked was not the glowing one, and that's the one you just killed.
Cool.
There are 2 sharks
There's
left.
even more blood and guts
Oh god,
coming out of that
so
one.
much,
It's
so much blood.
nasty.
Tin.
I dismiss the whirlpool. I lose my concentration,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on
The glowing
Then-
one.
the non-glowing one, so that there's 2 glowing sharks.
I thought it was till the end of her turn.
I thought it was until the creatures next get attacked. Oh, made until
Yep.
my turn. Okay.
Because
Oh,
it's
maybe you do wanna
basically
hit him
used.
then.
Yeah, it's basically used so
Yeah.
that you can give yourself advantage if nobody
Mhm.
else takes it.
Look at you knowing stuff.
So yeah, I will attack the shiny one
Shiny! Someone had to say it.
for 15 radiant damage.
All right. Team. All right, with the same guiding bolt, right?
Yep.
Okay. So it is still shiny. Next is the shark. The fins disappear.
Are they gonna eat the forks?
No. But I assume the forks are continuing with them, unless you
Well, yeah,
want them to float.
Well, if
I
they
like
were to
them,
move
like,
away,
sticking in.
okay. And then that saves it, so you don't have to worry about attacks of opportunity either. So
Yeah.
it streamlines combat a little.
So the fins disappear. You can see the shiny one. The shine starts to get like less. It gets more dim. It seems to be going deep. It is the forks.
Okay. Then one of the forks hits, one misses,
Okay.
and the one that hits does 7 damage.
Nice.
And was that the glowing or the non-glowing?
Non-glowing.
Cool. Because I follow the forks, and I shoot at the glowing one, which I am sure ate Bond.
I'm like standing at the edge of the ship.
What are you shooting at him with? The harpoon. That's
the
right.
harpoon gun,
Yep.
the
Yep.
big ballista. And so that would be a 19 to hit.
Okay.
And what sort of damage do those do?
3d10.
Is it really? Holy shit. Okay.
Scratch that.
Yep.
And it's got a +6 to hit.
Holy shit.
Does it have a +6 to hit?
It's +6 to hit, and you wouldn't add your mod. It's just
Okay.
3d6 straight roll.
Yeah, 23.
All right.
Yeah. Harpoon, you Bond killer.
When are you gonna look over and see me?
Never.
Never.
He's only got a 10 perception.
He's in
You
the
could
zone.
I'm
shout
focused
your
on.
existence.
I did
He
shout
did.
earlier.
and then Keo said, "I can still hear his voice."
Keo's in a he's
And a blood
in
rage.
a blood rage. His orcish blood has lifted up, and you can see he hasn't cast the spell that brings
The orcs.
that brings forth Chanton's essence to his but you can see the kind of the shadow of Chanton like
On his face.
cast behind him.
All right.
It's as though they were out breaking stained glass windows.
Yes. Bon, your turn.
I go over to the furnace and I turn it to max.
Kinian.
The whirlpool stops,
Mhm.
and I spin around to face the remaining sharks. Do I see anything?
No.
I'll go under the water
Yeah.
and look down.
You see only a faint light way down below.
I start swimming back toward the ship.
Okay.
While keeping my head down, like I'm watching below me.
Yeah.
And basically doing like regular movement, and I'm holding my action that if a shark comes at me from below, I'm going to determine at that point whether or not I want to click the button on my ring.
Okay. Sounds good. It is Annette's turn.
I hold my action until I can see a shark.
All right. Tin. Same deal for you? Or
Sure.
would you like to heal or... All right.
Nah, fuck Bon.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Do you need healing still?
I look pretty bloodied,
Okay.
but I'm moving like I'm fine
He's got his whole like chunk taken out.
I'm gonna pat you on the shoulder
there,
and
buddy.
cast Cure Wounds at a
I-
paltry 11.
I definitely have less than half my hit points. Still.
Oh shit, dude. All right. It is now their turn. Bum 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 bum. Kinian, go ahead and use your action as two sharks with their mouths open are like bullets now coming out of the darkness, and they are swimming fast.
I click the ring right before they get to me.
Okay. So what you guys see is
The sharks eat Kinian too.
yes. Kinian is looking down in the water, and everybody but Keo notices that Kinian disappears. Keo, what you see is the two sharks. They surface out of the water and they cross. All right. They start to cross, and right at their apex, when they start like converging past each other, that's when Manette fires. Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has awesome blogs. They've got cool information on there about writing new adventures and things around D&D. You can find a giant archive on all our episodes. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.